I've noticed from what you were saying. You're starting to have some negative thoughts, such as daycare. You feel like you're being judged by your character and your parenting skills by the other women who come and pick up their children, correct? And with Tony and Jerry, you're afraid that your kids are going to stop liking you because you don't feel like you're a good enough parent. And with your boyfriend, you're constantly scared that he's going to leave you. Have you always felt like you were being judged, even when you were a kid?
Well, yeah, I guess I sort of felt judged back in middle school, high school. There were mean kids in my school back then who just used to pick on me.
Do you see where your negative thoughts, do you understand what I'm saying? When I tell you that you're having a lot of negative thoughts with being judged by your character at daycare and
I'm not sure what to think about it. You're telling me I've got all these negative thoughts, and you're the one sitting here telling me all of this negative stuff that I'm doing.
Rosalind, that's not what I mean. I don't mean it like that. Why don't we start talking about some different coping strategies for those thoughts that you're having?
Sure.
Okay, so daycare. What if you arrive with a positive attitude? If you come in confident, it's going to portray to the other mothers, and they're going to notice.
Well, how do I just come in confident if I haven't been confident all this time?
Well, like how you dress. You could dress nice. You could, wear some nicer clothes when you go pick up your kids. You know the whole saying where if you feel like...
What is wrong with the way that I dress?
Nothing, but when you feel like you look good, you just have a different aura about you. I don't mean for you to take offense to this. Let's skip to something different. What if you showed the other moms, like, how involved you are with your kids? Like, you're picking up Ruth, and you say, hey, Ruth, let's go to the playground today. And that way the other moms will hear, and they'll be like, oh, she's a good mom. She's going to take her kids to the playground.
Well, is one of them going to drive us to the playground? I can't exactly afford to pay for a taxi cab to take us there all the time.
Well, it doesn't have to be a playground, per se. It could be a different activity. Let's just skip to Tony and Jerry. You could always talk about their feelings. How do they feel about you as a mom? How do they feel about being in foster care, moving back home?
You obviously haven't known me or my family long enough. We don't talk about feelings. It's not the way I wasn't raised that way. They haven't been raised that way. We don't do it.
Well, you're worried that your kids are going to stop liking you. You've mentioned that before in previous sessions. So what if you let them know that you make mistakes, such as missing their visitation?
Well, I always hated my father for the mistakes that he made. Why do I want to admit to them that I'm making mistakes just as he did?
Okay, this topic isn't working either. What about with the new boyfriend? Like,
yeah.
What if you put yourself in his shoes? What if he was hiding kids from you? How would you feel?
Well, I would leave him. I can't afford any more kids. What am I supposed to... I can't even take care of the kids that I have. I can't take on any more just because my boyfriend has some.
I just meant theoretically. I'm sorry. Why don't we try a role play?
Role play? What am I, 6? Are we going to play house? Are you going to be the mom and I'll be the What kind of a... What are we doing here?
Well, role play can be really therapeutic if you let it work. I mean, we could pretend that I'm your new boyfriend and you're you, and you're trying to tell me about your other kids. It'd be good practice. That way when you actually go to tell him, you're not as nervous.
No, I already told you. I can't think about it. I can't even put myself in this situation. I am not telling him. That's it. Get out. I can't even believe the nerve of some people. Always coming into places and telling people how to live their lives.
Well, I guess I'm not going to work with her and identify rewards and incentives for successful coping. I guess I'll show myself out.